What's good, you guys? Daniel Cruz here, back with another long-awaited episode of Cook with Cruz. Real quick before we jump into the video, I know you guys are wondering, I want to address why it's been so long since I've done another video. So basically what I've just been doing is I've been super consistent with creating, making beats, just always working. I've basically kind of just worked my way up to where, I've been presented with a lot of opportunities, and I just want to make sure I'm taking advantage of everything I can. It's not like I didn't want to keep making these videos. I really do. But from recording to editing to thumbnails to all that stuff, it literally takes up like a whole day of my week. So I've been really just focused on just making a lot of beats and just always creating. That's kind of what I've been doing. So from here moving forward, you will see me pop up dropping more videos like this. I can't promise that it'll be every single week like I used to, but definitely when I get bigger songs placed and stuff like that, I'll be sure to make videos breaking down beats for those. So nonetheless, keep staying tuned. This will not be the last video that I do, so keep that in mind. So if you haven't seen already, I did drop a sample pack last month. I did drop a preview of some of the samples in there on my channel, so you may have checked that out already. So for today's video, I'm going to be breaking down one of the samples in that pack so you guys can really get an idea of how I approach making samples and compositions and stuff like that. Shout out to Jay Regal, by the way. He's the one that gave me the idea about doing this. I thought it was a dope idea to kind of come back in and just drop a video for you guys. So once again, this is going to be from my sample pack, which I dropped last month. It's called Lost Souls, 12 full-length compositions for you to sample from. If you watch my other videos, you know I'm not one to like kind of just plug all my stuff in, but I'm really super proud of this project. It took me quite a bit to do. I put a lot of effort into it. And I just want to give a big thank you to all the producers that have already purchased and supported the pack. If you haven't heard of the pack that I dropped yet, that's okay. We're going to be breaking down a sample inside that pack, so there's a small preview. I'll also leave a link in the description of a more in-depth preview of some more samples, as well as there's going to be links directly if you want to purchase and support the pack. So without further ado, let's jump in and get started. So once again, this is going to be a sample from my Lost Souls sample pack. So here I got it open right here. I'm going to actually be breaking down the Lost sample here. This is just my personal favorite that I made out of the whole pack, so I chose this to break down. So I'm going to play the actual sample for you, and then from there I'm just going to break it down piece by piece so you guys can see everything I did. So as you see, they're all going to be full-length compositions. I didn't want to drag it out. It's about like a minute and a half long, so I didn't want to spend the whole video just playing that. So you got an idea of what it sounds like, so let's get into it. So here's the actual project file for that sample all broken down. So I guess starting out, when I had that blank canvas, you just really don't know what you're gonna make, and you just kind of go in and see what you can come up with. So now when I'm making beats, I'm really just starting off with samples. Again, as I mentioned, like I'm always creating, that definitely helps me output more and just be more prepared for everything. But coming in, when I was making the pack, we're starting off with a blank canvas, and like I said, you just really dive in and just see what you come up with. So going in order of what I started with and how I built everything up, I started with some Rhodes here. This is actually, let me scroll down, vintage keys and contact. This is the Super T preset here. So I just pulled this up just to mess around with. In our mixer, I added some RC20 to it. This is a custom preset I made. Feel free to, I guess, copy what I did here if you have RC20. It's just a very subtle preset that I made for it. And here's some EQ that I did. I cut out a lot of the lows here. So really, I just started playing around with some chords and ended up with a pretty cool progression. So it's actually a really simple progression. I just go from F minor 9 to C minor 9. But those are kind of big, beefy chords, so they sound pretty nice. So there goes our chord progression there. And as you heard, I did add, what is that, a G something? I think G dominant 7th to kind of transition to the C minor 9. And then I hit a diminished chord again to bring it back up to the F minor 9. It was a good transition chords. So that's our whole chord progression, as you can see here. So the next thing I added was some cool atmospheric textures from a vocal sample here. It actually fit really well because it was already in key and it had a lot of reverb on it, which is kind of what I wanted. So I'm just going to have that sit behind the Rhodes, and that's just going to give us a nice background texture. And now for, I guess, the main kind of vocal sample in the track. This was just something I had in my library from Splice. It sounds completely different from what I did to it after I messed with it. This is the original sample right here.
Where did it go? I do not know. Where did it go?
So for that vocal sample, obviously I got it into key and to the timing of the sample here. So that was step one. Into the mixer, added some reverb to it. This is default setting. Just wanted it nice and airy. I did add a compressor to it. If you've seen in Edison in the audio thing, there were some peaks in there, and I just wanted to kind of squish everything down so certain parts of the vocals wouldn't get super loud and then other parts were quiet. You don't see it here because I deleted it. It's Little Altar Boy. It's a vocal kind of effect. It's pretty dope. The only bad thing is that it has a crazy delay on it. So basically what I do is I threw on a Little Altar Boy and then recorded that into audio and then deleted the plugin, which is no longer here, so I can continue working on the project without having a crazy delay on the keys. So that's what this clip right here is. As you'll hear, it's going to sound a lot sped up and it'll be in key with everything.
Where did it go? I do not know. Where did it go? I do not know. Where did it go? I do not know. Where did it go? I do.
So now I guess I'm just building it up now and breaking it into certain sections. So I definitely want some bass, so I pulled up Scarby Rickenbacker bass. This is also the palm muted preset here for it. So this is what we got for the bass now. I ain't gonna lie, that was actually really hard to play without a metronome, but we got it done there. And now we're gonna layer our Rhodes with a piano now. Starting off, this is LA Custom C7 Mellow in Keyscape. Going in here to the mixer, RC20, my same preset there, and some reverb as well. So I'm gonna be playing the same chords just in the mid section here without the low bass note. So it's gonna sound real nice when it's all layered up. So that's going to wrap up the second section of the sample. So now moving on to the next section here. The first thing I did was this Fox 2 audio clip. It's the same thing as our main lead vocal. I just shot it up an octave. That's a little trick that I do to kind of really emphasize the vocals a bit more, make them sound a little more full. So here's what it sounds like by itself. I'm just gonna layer it now. And we're gonna keep developing by adding another piano here. Once again, we're in Keyscape LA Custom C7 Mellow, and throwing it into the mixer. Again, RC20, just running the preset that I had. And we're gonna do a little band pass here, just cutting out most of the lows to low mids and the highs. So these keys are gonna be a little higher, and just to make everything sound a little more, I guess, beefy, I'm adding the 11 on our main chord right here, which is the G. So this will basically be a G sharp major 11, and because I'm not adding the F here. Same thing when we drop down to the C. I'm not going to include the C. And I'm going to do a little bit of embellishing here as well. So it's all going to sound nice when it all plays together. So this is what we got now for this section. So now for the next section, I really just kind of clear a lot of stuff out. I take out our main vocal, leave our octave, take out the high chords, and I add a guitar lead here. So this is why I thinned it out, just to leave room for the guitar. If we look into our mixer, this is the effects rack here, UAD soft tube amp room half stack. That's a kind of our main effect there. Some reverb, Echo Boy Jr. for a little bit of delay, and some EQ cutting out the major highs here. I would replay the guitar for you live for the video, but the way that the audio set up, it would be the audio through the camera instead of the actual computer. So I don't feel like doing that and deteriorating the quality. So if you really want to see me play the guitar for this sample, I did on my Instagram. It's at Vega Wins if you don't follow me already. So there's a post on there where I'm playing the guitar for this sample. But for this video, I'm just going to play it here through the playlist. So there goes the full sample breakdown of Lost in my Lost Souls sample pack. Sorry for keeping you guys waiting so long, but here's another video for you. Once again, links will be in the description to everything, my sample pack and everything, so be sure to go check that out if you haven't already. Really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned, I will be back. Again, I'll be doing some more videos, don't worry. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions, suggestions, anything like that. You know I get back to all my comments. But either way, that is all for me today. I will see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.